welcome to the EDGE Welding YouTube channel. My name's Adrian from AC Designs Garage. You probably don't know who I am. Wish you did. But anyway, on today's episode, we're going to be slicing and dicing just a little random coupon I got, and doing an etch test. And this makes it super easy for you to set up your welders. You ain't got to go off of what your cousin's brother's husband said you need to be welding at. You just etch it, look at it, see how much penetration you get, and you know if you're doing it right and if it's going to stick or not. So let's get into the video. Guys, let's show you what we're working with today. I'm going to use my Makita chop saw. It's got a carbide tipped steel blade. I like these over the abrasive saws, but use whatever you got. We just clamped one of my old setup pieces I use, a little coupon here. And we're just going to basically cut a cross section between it. That's how we're going to etch it. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a minute. But you don't have to have this. You can use a sawzall, bandsaw, whatever, karate chop it, whatever you can do to cut this thing in half. That's what you can use. So don't think you got to have this to use that. But this is a really neat trick to have right here to be able to check how much penetration and stuff you're getting. Because like I said, you got a lot of people that's telling you, oh, you got to do this, you got to push, you got to drag, especially on MIG. You can't do circles, you can't do this, you can't do that because it won't penetrate, it's not strong. This is a way to prove them wrong or prove them right. So I always do this, especially if you go into a new thickness material or something like that that you hadn't done before, and you want to make sure you're getting good penetration, especially if you're doing anything structural or, you know, building like chassis like my truck over here or trailers or anything like that. But it's just a good way if you want to experiment to really dial it in to get that good penetration you need to have a really safe weld. So especially if you're using the choppy saw here, I'm not sponsored by any of this stuff, but these benchmark abrasive grinding shields are rad. I really love them. I got plenty of room for respirator and earmuffs goes around them. Fits real tight to your face, so don't have any problem with it fogging up. I like it, but you need some kind of grinding shield. Some good rubber gloves here, and also the stuff that makes the voodoo happen. You can get this stuff on Amazon here. It's not that expensive, made to remove rust. It's called navel jelly. I don't suggest you using it on your navel, but hey, whatever. But yeah, guys, this stuff really works really good for this. They make some other chemicals to do this with, but I think you got to be some kind of guru scientist to be able to buy the stuff. But you can buy this stuff. It's relatively cheap. I use it on, you know, taking rust off of metal and stuff, restoring these cars, but it also works good to etch your metal, and I just wipe it on with one of these little shop towels. So we're going to get the chopping this thing, and we're just going to, like I said, do a cross section cut. This thing cuts pretty smooth, but if you're using something like a grinding wheel or anything, it's going to be a lot more coarse and put a lot of scratches and gouges in it. You're going to have to come after. I didn't set my DA. I'm going to have an air DA sander or whatever you need to use, and we're going to DA it down to like a 180, 120 around there. I found with this navel jelly here, to get it to where it just hangs on there really good to etch it, it works a whole lot better if it has just a little tooth to hold on to. So like I said, 180, 80 grit maybe, probably about as rough as I'd want to go. But what we're going to do is we're going to slice this thing. We're going to finish the end up. We're going to clamp it in the vise over there and put our navel jelly on it. And I'm going to put this on a time lapse so you can see it, because it takes about 10 minutes for it to work. And I think it's a lot cooler if you can just watch it just form and show the little nugget on there. So let's get to chopping. Little things here cut like a dream, but you can see here we got a good cross section. I don't know where my other one shot to. It must have went in the catcher majigger back there or something, but it's probably a little warm. Not too bad. So I tell you, this saw right here actually cuts so nice that you really don't need to sand it. But I'm just going to show you for demonstration what we'll need to do to it. So I'm going to stand it upright, because that's how you're going to want it to lay the sauce there. You want it to lay on top of here, and then it'll show up the nugget down in there. So I'm gonna get this in here and sand it. You can probably sand it with just sandpaper. Like I said, this has got a super clean finish. I've always liked these saws. Evolution's a new one. I've had this one for probably 25 years or so. New Evolution's pretty rad. I may get me one of them, but anyhow, we're gonna get this sanded and get the little juice on her. I'm just going to be using my DA here with some wore out 80. I think we're going to inspect it and look at it. You just don't want any real harsh lines in it. So we're going to put this in here where we can sand her. I learned this trick from Jody off of Welding Tips and Tricks. All you guys probably know him. Super rad guy. But I saw this and this helped me a lot, so I figure I'm going to pass it all along to you guys. I just want to give Jody credit. I didn't come up with the navel jelly stuff. Want to give a good even consistence so it'll etch even. I'm thinking just the more even you can get it. Got a little divot right here, a little shiny spot. I don't know if that'll affect it, so I'm just gonna hit a Scotch-Brite. You can use hand Scotch-Brite. I just got these fixed up with the roll-locks. I'll tell you guys, this Scotch-Brite seems to work better than DA. So if you got one of these, use it. These work really good too. But if you're a fabricator, you probably got all these little things. Nice to have. So I am going to wipe this off. I don't know if oils affect how it does. We want to get the best etch we can. So I'm just going to take some lacquer thinner and rag real quick and wipe this off. Get it good and clean and oil free. Yeah, this is plain old lacquer thinner. I just keep in these little bottles. Acetone works good. I need to get some more acetone, but that stuff's out the roof. That works really good for wiping all your stuff down before you TIG, your filler rod pieces and stuff. But you can see the dirt's coming off of it. So got wiped off, and I'm gonna break out the old navel jelly here. Get her applicated. All right, guys, give this stuff a good shake. That stuff's crazy looking, ain't it? Hot pink. So the only thing I'm gonna do is make sure you got your gloves on good. I'm gonna take it and just glob it up in this area right here with the rag. You just want to keep, I just keep applicating it a couple times because especially your nugget area. So just put it like this right here. Wear your gloves because it may irritate you. This is some sort of acid or something. I don't really know what's in it, but I'm sure it ain't good for your skin. So I'm going to get you on a time lapse real quick, get it down here close. We're going to applicate her, and we can see if she shows the nugget off pretty good. Alright, well, my time lapse wasn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be. But anyhow, we're going to wipe it off. I put it on too thick so you really can't see. But all I'm going to do is just wipe this off with the rag, and then we're going to come back with some water and clean it up. It's been about, look at them nuggets, good gravy. It's been about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. But I mean, them mugs is showing up like crazy. Look at that. Ooh, that stuff stinks though. So I just got some regular old bottled water. I'm just going to put on my rag here and kind of neutralize it here. Because whatever this stuff touches, it will be rusted. I'm going to come back on my vise. Even though I don't think it dripped on it, I'm going to come back on my vise and WD-40 her up real good. But I'll tell you what, guys, work like a top right there. Super easy, nothing fancy. You can do it at your own shop. Alright guys, so I made a boo-boo, but I want y'all to see it so you know in case you do the same thing, but y'all probably won't. But I did notice when I kept wiping it off with the water trying to, neutralize it, to clean it up, that the more you rub it, I guess it takes this little oxide layer here off and they don't show up as good. So I just put just a little more of that stuff on there, and we're going to wipe it off and not neutralize it so y'all can really see the little nuggets there, and then we'll neutralize it when we get done with everything. But look how much that stuff sticks out. That's crazy. But I did want to show you that in case you go to neutralize it with the water, like it almost disappears on you. What you can do, you just go back and put just a little bit more on there, and we're going to leave that be there. But I want you to see how you can see where it's penetrated. My shaky hands here, how deep it's just penetrated in. And you can take like a straight edge and go down it and see how far, like that's the edge of the coupon there. You can see how far it's penetrated that way. And if you lay one here, this is not a good example because I shake so much. You can kind of see how much is penetrated down in that. So you can adjust your welds, because this is one of the welds that I get a bunch of flack on my channel here about, you know, doing the little loop-de-loop for the stacking dimes that a lot of people like to see. And that's more of a motorsports thing. You know, structural guys are not going to do it. It's probably not good to do it on if you're building the Empire State Building. But here is a loop-de-loop on some 3/16 metal, and you can see it. I'll take it out here in a minute, show it to you, the profile and stuff of it. One of these is a loop-de-loop, and I think this one over here is a straight stringer. I mean, they're pretty close to the same. The straight stringer may have just a tick more right there, but this is going to hold up, guys. But you can just see, this is a way to, you know, bust all the myths out there and stuff, because trust me, if you get on the internet welding, everybody's an expert. This is one way you can prove them wrong. So, or you can prove them right, like I said before. So use this as a learning tool that'll help you get better at welding, and you can be more confident in your welds and stuff if you can see what they're actually doing. But now I'm going to neutralize it, and we'll try it. I'm going to leave it zipped up real tight like this for you, and see if it wipes off. I think it must maybe take the oxide layer or something off when you wipe it too much, but we're just going to neutralize it, so if we pick it up later, it don't burn the mess out of it, because it will. It's acid. We're going to clean everything up good. I'm going to rub it like that. Yeah, it starts going away a little bit. You can kind of see it on the rag at the oxide layer. So we're going to leave it down. I'm going to wash it off. I'm going to bring this out, and I'm just going to show you these welds. These are not the prettiest of welds. Like I said, we was just setting the machine up for the first time, and I just used this coupon. So let me get this thing out of here and show you what it looks like on the side, and you can see what it looks like on the inside. So I can get it wiped off just a little bit more. Like I said, get it, wash it off really well. Yeah, this, I mean, you can see this weld. This is not the greatest of welds. It's not horrible. But like I said, you can show also, look, this does work. And here's the other one. This was just a straight stringer weld right here. And you can see the penetration, but I mean, well, that's a zigzag. I thought that was my loop-de-loop. What you can do on these, keep a reference of them, clean them up good where they won't rust, but draw your pattern that you did and then write your heat settings on it. Because you know the thickness material, just put this in your box and you can go back to it and say, oh, well, that penetrates pretty good in that position, so we're doing this, so that'll work. Yeah, you can still see her pretty good. Ain't that cool? That's scientifical stuff right there. Yeah, get you some of that navel jelly. Cut apart some of your welds. Some of these welds you thought might have been strong, good penetrated might surprise you, because I've had them done too, but that one turned out pretty good right there. So we're going to wrap this video up real quick. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed that quick little video on using navel jelly to etch your little welding projects here. It'll help you get better welds and make the world a lot safer place, because you know your welds are penetrating, they're going to be strong. Also, make sure you go like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. The EDGE Welding Supply. Super great group of people. I love working with them. And if you want to go over there and show me a little bit of love, go over to AC Designs Garage on the old YouTuber, or like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. www.acdesignsgarage.com. But remember, guys, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.